Welcome to the Dave's World YouTube channel. If you'd like to learn more about Project CRUZE Missile, just visit the Dave's World YouTube channel and check out the playlist CRUZE Missile or Cruise Mods. You can learn about the project that I've been doing to this car from beginning to end. There have been quite a bit of modifications. Some of them you could pick up just in this little teaser. I appreciate you checking this video out, and hopefully you stay tuned for some future footage. Hi everybody, thanks for coming to the Dave's World YouTube channel. I appreciate you checking the video out. I also wanted to thank my subscribers who asked me to create a membership section on the YouTube channel. The membership section is changing. Whatever you guys want in each level of membership, I will give you. You just have to basically vote and let me know what you want, and I really appreciate you doing that. What I'm doing today is I'm going to be getting rid of the old DIY intake. Now, if you guys want to see how to do this, I'll put a link in the corner of the video so you can click on it to see how to do this. The reason I did it is it was a free modification. So somebody who wanted a cold air intake, wanted to hear their diverter valve, which also sounds like a blow-off valve. That modification was for that person who just didn't have the money and wanted to just play around with the car. And it was a free mod, you didn't need a tune, and it was a really cool video to make. The reason I'm changing the intake is for two reasons. This car is going to be getting a large turbo. Basically, it's going to be double the size of what's in the car now, and I wanted the maximum amount of air being fed into that turbo. A DIY intake is really cool, but I'm bringing this car to the next level. Those of you who have been on my channel since day one know that I've created a lot of custom parts for this car. I have custom Brembo brakes that can go on the front so you could have much better stopping ability. I've also created an aftermarket intercooler system that you can buy and install on your car with very little modifications and very little headaches. The reason I did that is because I'm going with a larger turbo. The other reason I'm doing this is now that I'm running an open intake, I'm getting a funny noise on the engine. So what I want to do is let me play that footage for you right now so you could hear what I'm talking about. Alright, so I was able to figure out what's causing this noise. It's the PVC system, that's why the noise goes away. Okay, what's basically happening is the PVC system is making a sort of resonating noise, or something's making noise under the valve cover that's going through the PVC system into the intake. It's very loud, and I've been racking my brain trying to figure out what was causing that noise, and I finally discovered what it is. So what I want to do is change the intake system, see if the noise goes away after changing the intake system. If it doesn't go away, what I'm going to do is add a PVC catch can. So those of you who are running a factory air box, what I wanted to do first was, let's figure out a location with a factory air box for a catch can, and then I want to figure out a location for an aftermarket air intake with a catch can. Okay guys, before I show you the rest of the video, I wanted to add one more thing. I actually came out with a universal bracket that could be mounted pretty much anywhere. What it will allow you to do is put your catch can in anywhere you want, and it'll actually cradle the catch can. Then what you can do is pull the catch can right out, be able, while it's not attached to the vehicle, to pull the little basin off and then drain it. Those of you who use catch cans know that if this thing's mounted somewhere, a lot of times it's a nightmare to get this off, and it gets messy. Really quick, I wanted to show the people who are running a factory air box where this would be mounted on the car. So let me install this real quick. Right here is the hood prop holder. Then you have these three holes. You're going to use that hole right there. Okay, so you can see right here is where the bracket goes. Take your catch can, put your catch can right into my, if you want to call it, cup, and then you can run your lines right to the PVC and the intake on the turbo. You can route your lines along here so you don't have to actually hit anything with the turbo. And then what it will allow you to do is just pull up. You can drain your can and then pop it right back in place. Now this will work with other types of catch cans. So if you just want the bracket system, you can use this with another catch can. Just measure the diameter and let me know what you have and I can make you one. Also, I wanted to let everyone know the reason I swapped out the DIY cold air intake is not because it actually caused the problem. It's because I'm putting a larger turbo on the car and I didn't want the DIY intake anymore because I'm putting in a 60 millimeter turbo. The factory system's only like, I want to say it's about 35-ish millimeters, I think. So I'm putting in a larger 60 millimeter turbo and I wanted as much air getting into that turbo as possible for horsepower reasons. Okay, so here is the catch can system installed on the car. I did not put the clamps on yet because I'm doing something, but the clamps will be installed on a later date. However, all I really wanted to do was show you how easy it is to remove this. So now, instead of having to fumble with a bracket that's bolted on, you can literally pop this out, pull this, remove the bottom catch basin, and then when you're done, put it right back in. And this will hold it without having to deal with a bracket that's bolted now. And no, it is not hitting the filter. You can move this. You can simply move it over a little bit if you want, but right here is fine. The hoses will pretty much keep it straight. You can get this on davescustomparts.com. I will hand make this kit and send it right out to you directly. So if you guys need this, let me know. If you need help making your own, I have no problem helping out. I have helped a few people and I've also sold my version of the kit to people. Hey, what's going on, Shelby? Let's install the intake and see if we can get rid of that noise. You're right, we should do that. You know what? Do the install dance. Thank you, Shelby. You got some moves. Okay, the first thing I want to do is I'm going to run the car to see if that noise comes back, actually. I'm just curious to see if it was the factory intake or maybe all intakes. Just changing the pipe direction could make that noise go away. And I'm not sure anybody else has this problem. It just might be my car. I don't know. You hear that? It went away as soon as I popped it off. So we definitely still have that PVC noise. You're so right, Shelby. I totally forgot. Okay, the next thing I want to do is I'm going to start the car and see if that PVC noise went away. And hopefully it did. And then maybe we'll go on a road test in this video just to test out how this new intake sounds. Well, that's definitely a plus. I don't hear that noise anymore. And between this intake and the intercooler, it really makes the blow-off valve sound more aggressive. I know it's not a blow-off. Those of you who know how this turbo system works, it's actually a diverter valve, but it sounds like a blow-off, and it's much more aggressive sounding now. So if this is your first time watching my channel, the modifications I've done to this car can be found in the playlist called Cruise Missile. I decided to start calling this car Cruise Missile because I decided to take it to the next level, and it's getting a big turbo system. Because I'm taking it to the next level, and I was so unhappy with the car originally, I've done everything to this car. It has BC Racing coilovers. I dropped the car about 3 inches all the way around. I have 14-inch Brembo brakes. If you're interested in putting those on your car, you can check out my website, davescarstuff.com. It's my design. I did a custom intercooler system that you could actually buy and put on your car. That's my design as well. The wastegate actuator has been upgraded. The tune has been upgraded. If you need a wastegate actuator, I also have ones you can get specifically for the 2nd generation Cruze. It has a HPRV upgrade, and then I'm just waiting for a larger turbo to show up. Not only is it a larger turbo, I have the compressor wheel being made even larger than that. So I'm gonna have to do some engine upgrades possibly, but once I receive it and I start putting in the car, that'll be the next phase of videos I'm putting out. In case you see this earlier than some of the other videos, I do have some stuff coming out about the manual shifter system, modifying some of the interior panel parts just to make the car much easier to live with, deleting the clutch delay valve. I have a lot of footage I filmed, I just haven't put everything out yet, but just stay tuned to that playlist and you guys will be able to see everything. All right, we just got back from Home Depot. I know going to Home Depot is probably one of the most boring things you can do in a YouTube channel, so I just cut all the footage out of me going. I just had to pick up anchor bolts because I'm doing a project at the house. I appreciate you guys checking out everything I do with the Cruze. I appreciate the feedback everyone gives. I always ask, you know, if there's something you like, something you don't like, please comment below. I really need the feedback so I know what kind of videos to make you guys. Any of the products that I put in the car will be on my website. I started doing that because a lot of people keep asking me where they can get the stuff that I'm doing to the car, so I made it easy. You can get it through me. So anything you see in my videos, it should be on the site. If it's not on the site, you can message me directly through the site. You'll get a direct line right to my email, and I'll contact you back right away. So thanks again, everybody, and have a very nice day.